Quick disclosure before we get into this podcast. Somebody forgot to press the record button. I'm just kidding. We had a technical difficulty where one of the cameras dropped out, and you'll be seeing a picture of me instead of my beautiful talking face as we go along.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so appreciative every time I sit here.
I didn't press record on yours, so.
It's understandable.
Okay. Technical difficulties, not anybody's mess up, I promise.
Hi, and welcome.
Hi, welcome to the Fort Brox Crypto Podcast.
Thank you for that. In simultaneous nature. This is the best episode ever. I'm blowing your mind right now,
huh?
Because you're looking at me with glasses.
Yes.
I'm wearing it specifically for this episode. Why?
Why?
Because we're talking about GPU mining. I wanted to look super intelligent. See, I'm dressing the role.
You do. You look that way.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you believe everything I'm shoveling?
Yeah. Shovel on, dude.
Dude, let me get one of these.
That's why they call it mining, right?
Why?
Well,
oh, you're shoveling? Oh, my God. Hashtag dad joke.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. So,
yeah.
This is episode 10 of the Fort Brox Crypto Podcast. Before we dive into it, I know, we're making our way through it. 10. I mean, we're on episode 10 of Crypto Vibes because we do it weekly.
Yeah. 26 will be a full year.
Full year.
Wow.
Yeah, we're almost halfway there.
Jeez.
Yeah, like Big Time Rush.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, before we dive into GPU mining, disclosure is super important for this particular episode, too.
Absolutely.
Because, and let me set the stage for you on this one, we're not financial advisors, wealth managers, lawyers, brokers, or CPAs. Everything we're sharing are our experiences, our opinions, but none of it should be construed as investment advice. In full transparency, as we begin this episode, Fort Brox is a crypto mining company primarily focused on GPU mining. We'll go into more details. Do not think of this as like a big infomercial episode either. We're talking about GPU mining in as candid a way as humanly possible.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, because we've been doing it for about a year now.
2 years.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, dude. See what I mean? You blink and it just happens. It's because the pandemic threw you off.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
It just, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dedicated as a company. We've been.
Yeah.
So we're really into it. I mean, beforehand.
It started out, you had dabbled in Bitcoin.
Got my ass handed to me.
Yeah. And then
Only because it was so hard.
Yeah. It's a difficult process.
It did in 2014. It got hard in the summer, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, in the summer? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. And it was hot. But at least I was coastal at the time. I was living in North County.
So you can just open up the garage door and then
that was
get all the...
literally what I did. I know it's a Parks and Rec word of...
Yeah.
Literally.
So basically how it happened is the pandemic happened. We're sitting there on our hands with our thumbs in our butts, literally.
I was in Venice.
And
we were in Hollywood.
Not literally.
Yeah. But
that'd be bad.
I don't know, man. It was a lot of moisture in the air during the pandemic.
It was rough. And I had computers that were just sitting there, one with a 2080 Ti, and I was like, hey, Neil, do you mind if I put this in your office so that I can use up your free electricity to mine some coins?
Yeah.
And you're like, do you want to split it with me? And I was like, yeah, why not? It's not doing anything, so might as well just let it go.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
So then you saw an opportunity there, and we sort of jumped on it, and we've just been learning through that process of like mining for ourselves, and
we expanded, and now we have a business that does GPU mining.
Yeah.
Oh,
ASICs are like really hard, and they're run by a few companies like Antminer, Bitminer,
and they have a lifespan.
They do.
They have it very specific. They talk about it in terms of years of 3.
Yeah.
And when it's over with, you have to buy a new rig.
Yeah.
I don't know what the after 3-year market value is of an ASIC, or even what the value can be used. Yeah. Of an ASIC machine after 3 years.
I think you would just switch to a different coin, because the difficulty gets so high on those coins that it's just not worth putting money into electricity with zero returns.
For those who don't understand mining, we're gonna probably bounce around a little bit explaining certain things. So first off, what is mining? Now, let's define for these people.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know why it's called mining.
Neither do I, man.
Yeah.
We're not mining.
Yeah,
you're really
not actually mining. This is kind of a funny point when I told my mom and stepdad about the business that we were starting for Brox. I kept using, we're building rigs, we're mining. And she was, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And I was like, yeah, so when you do that, you build a computer and you put a GPU on there. That's what ASIC is and the other one. But basically mining is running an algorithm that helps you verify transactions.
So we're solving math problems and getting paid for it.
Yeah.
The block, depending upon which coin that you're running, is rewarding us for being the problem solver. But it's not just us. It's all those who participate. And they just happen to call it mining.
Yeah.
We're not actually mining.
Yeah. You're not going into the mines.
Yeah, we're not chipping away. It's not like we're discovering this coin. It's not like this coin is hidden like Easter eggs in a fucking video game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have Easter eggs, or they have, I forget what they call, I always jokingly call them Horcruxes in Breath of the Wild. What?
Do you know why they're called Easter eggs? I just learned this the other day.
No, share.
So on the set of Rocky Horror Picture Show, they actually had an Easter egg hunt.
Okay.
And didn't find all the eggs. So if you watch the movie, you can find actual Easter eggs in the movie.
And that's how it became an Easter egg.
That's how it became an Easter egg.
I like that.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I told Megan that the other day. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, Easter eggs. But she's not a gamer, so I don't know.
It's in movies. Like Marvel's, they all do all kinds of Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But anyways,
I think it's just nerd culture. But
all right, well, fine. In nerd culture, for those of you who like Breath of the Wild, it's definitely propped up Nintendo lately.
Has it?
For the past decade? Yeah, it's been killing. Like the Breath of the Wild that's on Switch right now is sick.
Yeah.
Or the Zelda game. But anyways, the point being is that we're not out here searching for coins. It's not like it reveals. Like for instance, a GPU. We're mining Ethereum right now before the 2.0 merge. It's not like we're chipping away at these hidden spots in the digital universe to find it.
Yeah.
So how the hell are we mining?
Yeah, it's just solving those little bits of equations. So actually it might have to do with like, because you are like contributing to the blockchain by adding blocks or solving blocks, and then you're adding bits of information. So maybe you're digging through
I appreciate
bits.
you reaching for it. A lot of the vernacular that's been created in crypto, I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
A lot of it's from typos, like hodl.
Yeah.
And then everybody's, I meant hold on for dear life. I was like, no, it's a typo on hold.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's become urban legend at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Urban social legend. But, so another way that we look at mining, or at least I do, and I explain it to people, is you go to a place like Starbucks, let's say, or another coffee shop, because we don't have to push Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to swipe my debit card to pay for my coffee. Every time I swipe my debit card, there's a number of people with their hand out for a piece of that transaction fee. Yeah. So that Starbucks gets my money for their coffee.
Absolutely.
In this particular case, mining is decentralized. Anybody can mine. It doesn't matter if you have one GPU or a million GPUs. You can mine and participate. Yeah. And therefore, you're part of that transaction. So if mining was in charge of paying for my wallet to Starbucks, I'm part of that process. Yeah. And so that I love.
Yeah, you're a piece of that equation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it all comes back to the decentralization of these things.
Well, that's proof of work.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the big debate between proof of stake and proof of work is apparent, especially with the Ethereum 2.0 merge, is that they're moving to proof of stake, away from proof of work. Yeah. And proof of work is mining.
Yeah, then you'll have all that FUD on there about just like
fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yeah, about
I always like
just
reminding
about
people
for sure, especially with that one.
Yeah,
because it's a weird word. I don't mind using it as bad. Like I don't ever say hodl. Like that's just
no. You
dumb
never
to say
said that
loud.
with us.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Maybe FUD is too, but I think FUD sounds like what it is.
If you're in the service, you'd say foobar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You get used to that.
Yeah, foobar. Yeah, it reminds me of that. Just
you think of Tango and Cash, don't you?
No.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time ago, though.
You're younger than me, though.
Just a little bit, but more bald.
You look good.
Thanks, man.
Trust me. I love every time that I sit across from you. I know I'm going to smile.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, doesn't that feel good?
Yeah, I like compliments. Shower me with them.
I know you're a little blushing now. Look at you.
So about the
mining.
No, about the ETH 2.0 and the full decentralization. They're saying that, or some people have put it out there, that once you go to proof of stake, that it is possible for like large investors to be able to buy up pieces, create their own nodes, and then basically make a centralized version of a decentralized thing that you once knew and loved.
Yeah.
So that they would own the majority share in the like voting for representatives. When you have a node, that's what you do. It's like a voting protocol.
But that's not necessarily why we're here today.
We're
No, because I know the momentum that you can build upon yourself when you start talking about that.
Yeah.
Because you start getting a little higher in your chair. You start getting a little more.
2.0. Why? I don't know.
They already had to move from Classic to Ethereum. And now they're moving to 2.0. Again,
did we ever figure out if you're going to be able to still mine Ethereum and they're just doing a hard fork or a soft fork?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
I guess.
Supposedly by August of 2022. That's the chatter that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Is August of 2022.
So we'll see if we can still mine Ethereum. Yeah, for sure.
Or at least until it's just ridiculously unprofitable.
Yeah.
But
okay, so
this kind of goes into, we were talking about options with mining.
Yeah.
Yes, you can run nodes. Yes, you can use ASIC, but we're talking about GPU mining.
Yeah.
That's why this episode's called Let's Talk About GPU Mining.
Let's talk about it.
And part of this is venting, just so you know. We're sharing with you right now because we've been going through some shit lately when it comes to GPUs and mining.
Yeah.
Because it's a moving target.
It is.
Yes, we've had times where 6 weeks go by and everything's just humming along.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's, what? Audible? Or this happens. Or just a little piece goes down for a second. So we got to diagnose it and solve the problem.
Yep.
But GPU mining is not to be trifled with. Work.
It is definitely work.
It's definitely work, right?
Yeah. Imagine just turning on your car and then letting it run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a couple years. Like something's going to break at some point.
Yeah, something will.
And you're talking about tiny machines, not like a big car.
Yeah, and you want to keep it cool in a nice environment because the cooler you're able to keep it, the better it can run.
Yep.
And it's
higher hash rate you have.
We're proactively trying to get ahead of having problems. But yes, everything with GPU mining, there is upkeep.
Yeah, there's definitely
a maintenance
upkeep.
schedule.
Yeah. I have to blow them off with compressed air because they get dusty.
Yeah. Even if you're in a controlled environment, there's still the elements. We still have humans going by the rigs to set up new ones, adjust ones, or diagnose any issues that we have. So even in a controlled environment, thermostat controlled, everything about it is solid, it's still, there's issues to be had.
Yep.
And we were talking about it today, and what a lot of things laddered up into us having this episode. We were talking about the different graphics cards and options. Like, for instance, we started out primarily with 3060 NVIDIAs. Yeah. They are 12 gigs of VRAM. And they should have a shelf life of 5 years, 8 years. Yeah. Could go longer. It could go longer. But how optimum will they be 10 years from now? They'll still be usable. Yeah. There's
always going to be some coin that you can mine with them, I believe. But it'll basically come down to, like, how much are you willing to invest in that, like, power to hash ratio? And so that's, like, kind of the golden sweet spot of, like, how much does it cost to run the card versus how much you're actually getting out of it by mining each coin.
And we've been talking a lot about ROI because that's one of the things I haven't found a ton of on any mining site, just because I'm curious of how people are articulating this. Yeah. If you look at ROI through the lens of, let's say, real estate. Yeah. Okay. Let's think of each GPU, because this is our business model. It's the way we're able to articulate something that's close to us in full transparency. A card partner will buy a GPU for the price that we have at the time that we have it, because GPU pricing fluctuates. Yeah. Very similar. Very much to that of the crypto market. Right now, GPUs are way down. Yeah. And within that price, we have shipping and tax. We also have a one-time setup fee. And that one-time setup fee actually ends up helping us when things go down, because we now have capital to fix things. So it's all built in there. It's a one-time cost. Then the card partners pay only as much as $5 per GPU for chipping on a monthly basis. So let's say one GPU You buy it one time, and then you have a full year of $5, so you're looking at $60.
Yeah.
So you have $60 a year in utility chip in. Mind you, that's for electricity. It's for HVAC. It's for everything that we have going into the space. And we also have internet. We also have our own lights. But it's just a part of the chip, and because we do share in the reward, we compensate people with the GPUs with what we're mining.
Yeah.
But the ROI, if you were to take it, say the one-time cost, looking at it real estate terms, plus how much you pay in the utility chip in, you divide that by the net operating income.
Yeah.
The net operating income would be done monthly. So each month, let's just say the card produced, I don't know, $50.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, you're going to have $600.
Yeah.
So then you would divide the cost of what you paid for the whole year, the utility chip in, which is $60 plus the GPU cost, and that would tell you your annual percentage rate.
Yeah.
That's how real estate, if you were doing rentals, works.
Yeah.
Obviously, with real estate, you got to factor in things like property manager, all those different things. We remove a lot of that because it's a true passive experience working with us. Other mining companies have different things going on, but this is how we do it. And that's how you would look at ROI. If you were looking at it through the lens of cash flow, annualized returns.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's not the way I'm looking at it.
Oh, I know. I know that's not how you're looking, because we don't necessarily look at it that way either.
No.
But when people ask us, what is the ROI? It's okay.
Yeah.
You can look at it in one of a couple ways, because it comes down to your goals.
Yeah.
And these are not investments because the card partner owns the GPUs, and we have it all broken down in a certain way. Jiving back into it, people look at the way ROI is justified differently. You look at it differently. Share the way you look at it, because we look at it similar.
Yeah, if you believe in the coin that you're mining, if you really want to, if you believe in the value as a utility of the coin, if you believe in it as, even if in 5 years it's going to be worth 10 times as much as it is now, if you look at the chart of any one of these coins, it pretty much only goes up, unless you look at Luna, but that's that.
But it wasn't proof of work anyway.
It wasn't proof of work. But you look at any one of these coins, it goes up. It's definitely cyclical. But yeah, you look at Bitcoin. 10 years ago, it was worth $10. So
yeah, remember
the pizza guy paid
I think it was
$10,000.
yesterday? Was yesterday the anniversary of the pizza? The $10,000
Was
Bitcoin?
it?
Yeah, everybody was tweeting about it, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it was yesterday.
May 23rd?
I think so. Maybe it was Friday.
That's
I remember seeing a lot of tweets very recently about this.
But yeah,
the way you're looking at it is an appreciation play.
Appreciation play, exactly.
So if you're a real estate investor, that would be an appreciation play, because you're putting your money into something for its future value.
Yeah.
And how you could leverage the equity in that value.
Yeah, exactly.
So in terms of GPU mining, from that appreciation perspective,
I'm a set it and forget it. You know what I mean? I'm almost just forgetting about the coins that I have. If it weren't for me just constantly checking on them, I would have forgotten.
Oh, you're a victim to it too. Yeah, you're always opening up your different apps.
Yeah.
Your wallets. But Jeff said it really well. Jeff Bound, right? Mm-hmm. He would tell me, I just look at it as a Rip Van Winkle investment.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah, I love that too, because it's go to sleep, wake up one day, and it's like, oh, cool. Here's the thing about that: the appreciation play, I do side with, because you're more about believing in the coin, which I do agree with.
Yeah.
You come at it from almost the purest standpoint. We kind of chatted about it offline, which we're going to share right now. Let's say we're mining Raven coin. Mm-hmm. Now, we can mine Raven coin, be a part of the ecosystem. We're part of the community if we're mining Raven coin.
Yeah.
But
verifying transactions on their block.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But right now, for instance, the way we're mining, we could be mining Ethereum, converting it to XNO, Nano, and making more than we would by directly mining Raven coin. But since we'd be making more, we could take that XNO and turn it into Raven coin.
And convert it into
And we'd
Raven
make
coin.
more in Raven than we would if we directly mined it.
Correct.
We believe in Raven, so we would love to do that. But if you want to support the community...
Are you really part of the community if that's how you go about it?
As a miner, though.
Yeah.
But as a pure capitalism play...
Pure capitalism, you do what you want.
No, I know, but at least you're still part of it. Again, you believe that Raven coin will see its day in the sun, or its growth continue because of the utilitarian nature that it has.
Yeah.
But I don't believe you're an active part of the community as a miner if that's the way you're going about it.
Yeah.
But I don't say that with a negative connotation either. It's
Yeah.
whether
I
you're
mean-
acquiring Raven coin or mining for it directly. It's
Yeah, maybe.
What's your opinion?
I don't know. I'm on the fence about that as well, because that's what we were talking about.
Because you want more Raven coin because you believe in it.
Absolutely.
But you also want to support the community.
Yeah. So how do you do that if, like I was saying earlier, if less people mined it, then the difficulty is going to go down, which means that you'll get more coins.
Yup.
But if you mine a more profitable coin, like the most profitable at the time, and then switch it over, you're going to get more coins. So it's very interesting.
So talk a little bit about difficulty.
Oh, hash difficulty?
Yup.
Oh, man. Okay. Where to start? It's pretty much the bane of any miner's existence.
Damn, I could feel your vibe.
I know.
You can probably hear it for those that are hearing it.
It's shifting.
I know. It's all right.
Mostly because you said the
Share.
word vibe.
I know. No. Oh, you hate that word. I know you hate that. So vent.
Yeah, it's just interesting how quickly it changes, because a lot of people will do that where they switch off of a coin once it becomes super profitable. You're in a bear market right now, which means that, like, for a lot of people, it is less profitable to run their GPU mining these coins, being a part of the ecosystem, than you're actually getting coins out currently. So for a lot of people, that's your reality. It's, do I spend money on electricity, or do I not, and then I don't get the coins? I don't get the mining rewards.
That's why our business model, we offset liabilities.
Yeah.
And it allows the distributed way of doing things to maintain a level of profitability both in the short term,
Yeah.
but still position yourself at the long term.
Exactly.
With that appreciation play. But difficulty is a pain in the ass because it is a moving target.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you get moments in time where Ethereum is just screaming through the roof, like hitting its all-time high, like 4,500 or something. And everybody jumps into it because anybody with a GPU that can mine that, you pick your pool and then you're getting rewards. But the problem is that once the difficulty goes up from that, you're getting less rewards. So then the price that you get per day goes down.
Yeah.
So it's such a moving target.
And then you have things like...
So it's like you either believe in a coin and go after that coin because that's the one you want, or you mine for profitability and then convert.
And it's not just as simple as, okay, we're picking out our coins and we're mining. Mm-hmm. No. It gets hot.
Yeah.
You got to check those settings.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to clock those GPUs.
Well, yeah. Each one of the algorithms produces a different hash as well.
Yep. Explain that a little bit.
And some are GPU intensive than others. Like Ravencoin is a very power hungry coin to do.
Okay.
So if you're doing that, you have to set your power limiter for each card to a certain setting. Otherwise, it'll just try and suck up all the power that it can get. Which power equals heat. And then power equals power. So you're just sitting there eating up electricity and not really getting the most out of the card. So what you do is you set your power limiter to a certain number, whatever works with your PSU, your power supply unit. Mm-hmm. And then that way you can have your distributed power a little more evenly. But if you say I don't know how to explain it, but you have to overclock your memory and then undervolt, and there's like a certain sweet spot for every single card for every single coin.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of trial and error, and it's a lot
and that changes.
Yeah, that does change.
Because of the difficulty rate.
The difficulty, and also anytime they put in a patch or a new driver update.
That's right. Driver updates. We love those. You're like, oh my gosh. We're talking about the LHR cards too.
Yeah, because
light hash rate is what it stood for.
Yes.
Although we joke and call it low hash rate.
Yeah, it's definitely low hash rate. So somebody just came out with a patch that ended up fixing that. But in order to get new cards to work with that, you have to download like a 2-year-old driver that somebody just so happened to save, and then you have to like upload that with a whole new OS. So you have to do it in order. Otherwise, it won't read your cards as being like usable for mining.
Oh, yeah, because when we add new cards to a rig, or it'll take down the whole rig.
Yep.
If it's not playing nice with others.
No.
Could have been the exact same card. It just was a little bit newer.
Yep.
Or maybe it just had a different driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. For those who can't see the video that's on YouTube, Brandon's just going through so many different emotions. There's all these emotions.
I'm just a ball of emotion.
A beautiful ball of emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, stretch it out. Yeah, work it out. This is therapeutic talking about this. This is talk therapy.
Hopefully.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about GPU mining, and please correct me if I'm misspeaking here, which I don't think I am because we've talked about this before. But maybe I am now.
Yeah.
Is that it's very nimble in the sense that we move in week time frames, so we can change which coins we want to mine.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to use the example of the rise of Bitcoin. At one point in time, people were using GPUs to mine Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But then so many people got into mining Bitcoin, it became super difficult.
People all used to also fish with spears, so.
People still do, dude. Haven't you watched Survivor?
I know, I still do.
What do you mean? Fly fishing. It's an art form, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my point being...
I was just trying to make a joke that didn't work out.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry. Not everything could be a winner.
Yeah, that's true.
But just so you know, you are a winner.
Sure. What did you say?
Oh, yeah.
Just said it in the microphone.
Sorry, I'm going to go fuck myself.
Okay.
Bitcoin. You could have used GPUs.
Yeah.
Okay. For a long time, people were. Now, because it's so difficult and it's so competitive out there, you have to use ASIC machines.
Yeah.
And they have a lifespan.
Yeah.
But Ethereum came along, and you can mine Ethereum. And so did Ravencoin. And there's many others.
Yeah.
So if Ethereum, let's say it can be continued to be mined.
Probably hundreds.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of proof of work. And look at our list just within our Notion.
Yeah.
that you reviewed.
Yeah.
So to that point, yes, Ethereum, if we were able to still mine it, or maybe even Ravencoin could outgrow a GPU scenario because it becomes so difficult if it hits a critical mass that... Okay, you can correct me on that one then.
Yeah.
In a second. So my point being is that regardless, we will always have options.
Yes.
As long as proof of work is a thing.
That's true.
As far as it relates to GPU mining. It isn't to say that we're not involved in staking or creating nodes or even ASIC mining. We're interested in all those things. But for the sake of this topic, GPU mining, as long as proof of work is in existence and we believe it to be more decentralized as an option, then there are going to be coins to be mined. So in that way, you're able to stay ahead because you have to be. Yeah. You have to get involved with coins that are earlier on or don't have as much of a developed mining community.
Correct.
But to go back to the point you wanted to make about Ravencoin.
Yeah, Raven GPU. Is an ASIC resistant miner.
And explain that.
So basically, the way that the algorithm works is that the block rewards are randomly given out. So if you are able to finish off a block, then you get all of those block rewards. So that's why a lot of people do pools, giant pools of people where you collectively use your hash rate to mine in these large pools, right?
Yep.
And so they're usually divvied up by like the Western United States, the Eastern United States, Asia, Europe are all kind of their own separate pools because it's easy to clock into them and then mine.
I got you.
Collectively from there. You also have solo mining. So you can just set yourself up to mine by yourself and then...
Without being in a pool.
Yeah, without being in a pool. And so what makes it ASIC resistant is that at some point, mining difficulty for Raven is going to become more difficult so that you can't just use 4 gigabytes of...
That's the minimum right now. It's 4 gigabytes of VRAM, correct?
Correct. Yeah, of video RAM on each card. So any card that has... And there's a couple other, like, things that you have to factor into it. But what makes it ASIC resistant is the randomization.
Okay. So
it means that, like, somebody running a solo pool by themselves with just, like, one GTX 480... which is a really old card from like 2009, they can still mine and collect like a full block of Raven.
Aren't we mining with the 1080? We were. And
Yeah.
it still works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works fine.
Yeah.
But that's got 8 gigabytes.
Okay, so we're twice ahead of the minimum.
Yeah, and ours have 12. So it'll jump up there someday,
Yeah.
but it'll take a really long time because like the ASICs are so power hungry and power intensive that what ends up happening is it costs more than you're actually getting in rewards. So a lot of people will just
Unless
not
it's
do
something
that.
like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's a different beast.
And that's what you're saying about the shelf life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitive with the ASIC machines, and a lot of the other mining companies that specifically specialize in that talk about its shelf life.
Yeah. What you can do after like it's done with its usefulness for Bitcoin is like mine Litecoin, mine Zcash. There's a couple others that aren't ASIC resistant that you can switch to. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of people switched over to Zcash.
Oh, okay.
That's why the price has been sticking relatively high for how cool of a coin it is. I really like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, in regards to GPU mining, that's what I like about it, is that the shelf life is longer, and we get to participate in what's the potential for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So while we believe in Ravencoin today, the capitalism side of us, the ones that are still looking out for the monetary benefit as well,
Yeah.
we're laying down our bets today for what 5 years looks like from us.
Yeah.
But we also know that because it is a moving target, 5 years from now, we're still going to have GPUs that can mine. So where can we point them to?
Yeah.
And I love the idea that there's an option there. Plus, the resale value on it at that point in time might be pretty decent.
Yeah.
If you're able to recoup some of that initial capital and just go buy another GPU to keep it going, it's some people look at the ROI I know of a few people specifically who have GPU rigs just to liquidate every month for extra cash money, and that can work. It works better in a market that unlike we're having right now today is May 24th of 2022. It's a shit market right now, but you can still liquidate.
Bullshit market. That's what it is.
The bullshit market.
Yeah.
But when it's more of a bear market, or just even when it's stabilized, it's...
Yeah, so it's a bear shit market. The bull market and then the bear shit
market. So in that way, you can cash flow it. But again, we're into it for the long haul. We're into it for the appreciation of it. We're into it for where it can go. And there's a lot of coins that you're able to mine that have utility behind them. And we talked about it in a previous episode that we had. Excuse me. In regards to utility.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Ravencoin, we believe in the utility.
Yeah.
Flux is a coin that we're starting to get into mining. We believe in that utility.
Yeah.
Airweave, there's no I.
No.
But it still makes me want to say Airweave.
Yeah.
But we're really looking into that. And that has a completely different offering of mining. It's not just proof of work. You're mining through hard drives.
Yeah. But proof of concept.
Proof of storage.
Yeah, proof of storage.
But that's POS, so I have to come up with something else. I don't know. Proof of access?
Proof of access?
I don't know. We'll have to look into it more. We're going to have an episode coming up here in a little bit where we talk about that specific one because we're really diving into it.
Yeah.
And as Brandon really leads into his podcast mic here.
Yeah.
So where do you see GPU mining going? What's the future of GPU mining?
I don't see it going away or anything.
No, of course we don't.
We were
because
talking
we're laying
about
down 5, 10, 15-year bets.
Yeah. Like we were talking about with the 1080. It's a 10-year-old card and it still works.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot of life out of these cards.
Yep.
You are running a machine for 24 hours a day.
7 days a week.
7 days a week, 365 a year, hopefully.
Yeah. Even on leap year, it's 366.
Yeah. Wow. What?
But it is a job.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about GPU mining is that it takes work unless you're going to work with a service.
Yeah. You can get a power surge and then all your machines are off for a while. Your network goes down and then they're off.
Yeah, if you have internet outage even. Yep. Everything could be running sweet as pie, but then internet outage. Yep. That'll take you down.
Yep. And
So some of the GPUs. So what would you say is like the tippy top GPU right now? Is it a 3090 Ti?
Yeah,
NVIDIA?
definitely.
That's like the king of the post pile.
It's top of the top.
So, okay. And then obviously 3060s are a good card. And I've seen it on a lot of the reviews. They talk about it being a really well-rounded card.
Yeah. Low power usage, high output for what its power is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've seen
AMD's. Yeah. The 5700 XT is actually like I think still one of the premier cards that people use for GPU mining because of the power to hash ratio. Like it only will suck in 120 watts per card.
Did they come out with the Sapphire?
Yeah, Sapphire just turned them into... Sapphire is basically, they use AMD technology. It's like EVGA or GTX, like any one of those companies. Not GTX, MSI.
Okay.
So it's another company, but...
They still use NVIDIA guts.
No, they use...
AMD guts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Zotac or
yeah,
one of those companies that's using the guts. Subaru's a good example.
Subaru, the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know how you have that tiny Subaru, like what was that 2-door coupe that they have that's like really fast, but Subaru, Toyota made one, and it's all off the same body. Yeah, the FRS. Yeah, Toyota FRS. Scion made one. Anyway, so it's using the same body, same guts. You just put a different label on it.
Okay.
So that's what
That
Sapphire did with the 5700 XT. So
you can say that about most of Infiniti and Nissan, especially when it comes to their SUVs.
yeah, I thought they were the same company.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Toyota and Lexus.
The Nissan Armada and the Infiniti QX56, I felt like it was the same car with different emblems.
Did you? Yeah, like that Porsche or Lamborghini. It's like the same friggin' car.
Oh, don't. Yeah, we don't need to go down
Yeah.
that
Anyway,
path. But yes, so getting back to GPU
it's just got
mining,
a different badge on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so that's what Sapphire did. They might have done something to like unlock the potential hash power a little bit more, or hash rate. Yeah, hash to power ratio.
But that's
yeah,
why
the 57 is a really good card for people looking to get...
But has different power consumption needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like...
It can make it more challenging. Like you can build a 12 card.
Well, the 3090 does.
Oh, okay. 3090
3090,
requires... Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it's also pushing out a lot more power.
Exactly.
Substantially more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So you're able to build a different rig size based upon a 3060 than you could a 5700.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still use the same amount of power.
So it's always those trade-offs, that balance.
Yeah.
And it does change depending upon the coins that you mine.
Yeah, the 3090 Ti takes probably about twice as much power as the 3060, but you get a little more than 3 times the hash rate. So,
but the price on it is also...
Yeah, 3 to 4 times as much.
Much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when there was a surge in pricing, I think we were the highest we were quoted on a 3090 during the demand, especially.
35?
No, it's more like 4,200.
Oh.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh, man.
But we could have got volume of it
I'd
if
have
we
bought a
wanted.
Nissan for that.
Which a used one, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so
Toyota Corolla, man.
they'll last a long time.
Yeah.
Toyota Tacomas, man, they hold their value. For a
yeah.
truck and a vehicle, those things hold their value
Yeah.
quite well. But yeah, as far as GPU mining, that's our take on it, really.
Yeah.
What other gripes do you have about it? Not gripes, but just experiences. I should rephrase that. Vent a little.
Gripes. No, I don't really have any gripes about it. It's stable. It works. There's some, I don't know. It's just about identifying what coin you want to be a part of's ecosystem. Or do you want to do it just for profit? If you're doing it pure profit play, then mine the most expensive or the most profitable coin and then convert. But if you're trying to do a pure, is it egalitarian or I don't know.
Okay.
What, not egalitarian, like whatever play it would be to like crypto utopian society.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah.
a true believer. I'll just call you that.
Yeah, if you're a true believer, then you're going to just mine that coin and figure out a way.
Because in some cases, we know people that are such true believers of a certain coin, they'll mine at a deficit.
Yeah.
Because, again, they're at that appreciation play.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily just about what you're mining value-wise today,
Yeah.
but how much you acquire
Yeah.
and what it could be worth tomorrow. Because the funny thing about ROI, as it relates to even the cash flow
Yeah.
scenario or the appreciation play, is it's all relative to how much you have when the market's up.
Yeah.
So if we hit another bear market, everything that we've mined the past, let's say 2-3 years, that is going to all be worth whatever the market is.
Yeah.
So if it's higher, we're all high-fiving and dancing in the streets. So it makes the times that you are frustrated about not seeing the cash flow from a real estate perspective on an annual level,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you forgot all that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, oh, shit, that entire year that I thought I might be getting 12 or 14% annualized return, all of a sudden I have 143%. What are you doing?
I'm taking a picture for Megan.
Oh, thank you.
She said, how's the podcast going?
It's going really well.
Yeah.
Since I'm sitting across from you.
I know.
I said it in that late night DJ voice.
Yeah, it's going great, babe.
So having said, that's my take on it too, though. At the end of the day, it's about what it's going to be. These are appreciation plays.
And like we were talking, when the 3060's not a viable option for the most profitable coin, like in
how do we
5 years from now?
Yeah.
What do we point it towards? What is the best play on that? And those are appreciation plays or just resell.
Yeah.
Like in 5 years, I wouldn't be opposed to either option.
Because that's how we look at everything. Like everything we do with our card partners right now is 5-year plays.
Yeah.
And so at the end of 5 years, we get to look at that, evaluate it, and say which direction we want to go. Unlike an ASIC machine at the end of 3, it's peace.
Yep.
Go do what you're going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in this particular case, there's options to be had.
Yeah.
And in hopefully some other cases, you just keep running that puppy.
I would say using it as an appreciation play, not just because that's what I'm doing when I'm mining, but I'd say, I guess it would... What I'm trying to get at is I think it's the only play. And here's why I say that. Because liquidating, say you buy a house and you use it as a cash flow business.
Yeah.
At the end of it, you still have that house.
Yeah.
Whereas like at the end of this, like that GPU is worth substantially less than it was at the time you bought it.
Yeah. But you can still resell it.
Yeah, but you don't have that GPU is not going to appreciate
the equity that you have is the coins you've mined from the asset that was the GPU.
Correct.
And the asset of the GPU is still worth something. It's just not worth anywhere near as much as it was when you first bought it.
True.
But after 5 years, you're basically taking
of coins.
You're taking one asset and creating equity with that asset, and that equity becomes its own asset.
And like right now is a great time to get into some of these coins. That's why I keep saying like Ravencoin, it's on a pretty similar trajectory as like any other like Bitcoin or something, where in the bear markets or bull markets, it's gone up to 28 cents, I think was the all-time high per Ravencoin.
Yeah.
If you look at it from where it started at like a tenth of a percent of a cent, I don't know, 3 zeros and then a 1. Like that's pretty good.
Doing better than Luna is today.
Exactly. Yeah. But you just see it like you see it in the trajectory. Like right now it's only at 3 cents. Yeah. But in 3 more years when we hit that next, or two years when we hit the next bull market.
Yeah. No, I agree. But again,
and this is the time. Right now is the time.
That's even though Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are not fans of Bitcoin or anything crypto.
Yeah, it's because they're old.
We talk about it a little bit. It's the changing of the guard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At a certain point in time, change is harder for humans.
Yeah.
There's no specific age. There's no specific gender. It just sometimes it seems like change becomes even harder for just humans in general.
Yeah.
For whatever reason that may be.
Yeah.
But having said that, in this particular case, as you mentioned earlier, you do this because, especially in mining, especially if you're doing it passively.
Yep.
Like we're passionate about it, very passionate about it, because we want to see the growth of crypto's tech.
Yeah.
The currency is the way that makes the tech real because it monetizes. Yep. And it's the reason why so many people talk about it today is because there's money involved.
Yeah.
The tech behind it is what's going to create all of the value in the future.
The ledgers, the smart contracts.
Or we were talking about
the pay to
decentralized Oracle. We can go down
earn.
So many different things we're able to say, but people are still gonna spend their money into figuring out ways to make their money grow. GPU mining is one of those, because even if you, let's say it wasn't Ravencoin, you can mine Ethereum, convert it to XNO.
Yeah.
And go buy whatever coin you want with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have those options. More than just those options.
There's tons of options. Yeah.
Yeah. We're even looking at Ethereum and we convert it into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see once we do something like that for a while.
Yeah.
What the rewards are compared to ASICs, just out of curiosity. But then again, we're mining Ethereum, so we're up against that difficulty, and we're up against all of the things involved with mining at that particular time. So
Yeah.
there might be some weeks where we're just hitting home runs.
Yep.
And there'll be other weeks where it's like, it's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because, when we first started doing this, you were like, that doesn't seem like a lot of rewards. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's a lot. Yeah.
You really have to run the numbers
Yeah.
to understand it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it helps to have a little bit of a history lesson
Yep.
and to look at the tokenomics
Yeah.
of the coins to understand where it's been,
Yeah.
where it can going, or where it's going. I mean, we talk about it a lot right now. Everything's on sale. In this market,
Yeah.
as shitty as it is, it's we're of the opinion everything's on sale. Right now, I love the pricing of VeChain and Harmony One because let's go back.
Yeah.
H bar is low again.
H bar. Oh man, I've got a buddy who's, he was like a H bar
Fanatic.
Yeah.
But my point, we've already won on some of these coins that we've purchased, not just the ones that we mine.
Yeah.
And some of what we mine, we do convert. Like I'm a big fan of Atom, or Cosmos, I should say.
Cosmos, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that because they're doing some really good tech and people are building on top of their tech incredibly.
Can you mine that coin?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that gets in the DeFi range where like you're taking coins and then you're magically getting 40% APY.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works, but somebody did some magic numbers. But stuff like that is what like makes this seem like it's too good to be true. It makes it seem like it's a pyramid scheme, is because you see something like that and you're like, how the hell? Like when Hydra in 2020 had 269% APY.
Yeah.
And it went from like $2 a token to $50 a token. If you're sitting there getting all those rewards and you're sitting on those tokens that are like 25xing, come on. You're going to fucking love crypto and wonder how the hell this is actually happening. Like who's selling the farm in order to like get this? And I remember when Justin was in on that, he was like, oh, you got to get in on this. I'm like, when's the bottom going to fall out though?
Yeah.
Like
well, that's FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO, and also
missing out.
But I wasn't fearful of it missing out. I was fearful of his losing everything that he'd put into it.
I got you.
Because it's like the saying is, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And what?
Well, see, so that's why, especially what we're mining, I love when there's communities built on part of it.
Yeah, and in the last episode when we talked about like how to learn, or like how we learn. And my suggestion of going to their Reddit page, going to coinmarketcap.io or .com, which one is it?
Yeah.
And then checking out
coinmarketcap.com.
Yeah. www. No, but to look at them, find their socials, see their community, look at their Discord, see if they have a vibrant community, because if people aren't talking about it, people aren't building off of it, then what do you have besides just currency?
You become a broker, stock
with no
broker,
utility.
or trader.
Yeah.
You just become a trader.
And
trader, dangerous territory.
Yeah, trading is dangerous. Yeah, you can lose your nuts off of it.
The thing I also like about mining, especially GPU mining, it's like dollar cost averaging.
Yeah.
And so dollar cost averaging has you, instead of maybe investing $1,000 all at once in 1 month, it has you spread that out across, let's say, 12 months.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if the market's high or low, you're always buying in at a better price on the average.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it also helps manage the weight.
DCAing is also like when people buy at the top.
Yep.
It's a good way for them to get back to even more quickly.
Yep.
So, yeah, people only usually DCA if they bought Bitcoin in November. No, I'm kidding.
But to that point,
I'm just being mean. But
no, I get it. But if you're doing something, you're working within the mining systems, you have your upfront costs and you have a small ongoing cost. Yeah. But at the end of the day, your cash flow and how your life would be, obviously everybody has a certain amount of income they have to bring in every month.
Yeah.
And you want to be cognizant of that, but at least you're not losing anything after what you put in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the other side of it too.
Yeah.
Is that it's a passive return that has the potential to really grow.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I love about it so much.
Yeah.
Coming from real estate.
The Rip Van Winkle or
Yeah, I love that.
What's $5 a month on a power chip in for us versus buying 3 lottery tickets.
Yeah, you're always rolling.
Yeah.
At least in this case, you are acquiring something.
Yeah.
The idea that I do also like about mining is the simple fact that after you accumulate so much crypto, there is hope and of the belief, even though it is being built today,
Yeah.
a much more mature version is that we'll be able to leverage our portfolios
Yeah.
for fiat.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can borrow against the crypto asset to go buy a house.
And that's what DeFi is, basically.
Yeah, that's what DeFi
You're lending it.
Yeah, so there's all those other components. And we'll put some of this in our show notes as well.
Yeah.
But
should we do one about DeFi and different DeFis?
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing a DeFi episode soon.
Okay. I'm talking to a guest that can come on and talk about Elrond or eGold, EGLD.
Is that Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got a large understanding of it, and he loves working within that ecosystem. But it's a proof of stake.
Mm-hmm.
It has its own wallet, custodial wallet.
Okay.
And then also its own DeFi platform built in within that wallet. Buy different coins with it, stake with it. But he likes the community more than most. But that'll be interesting just to hear from somebody who knows that ecosystem really well and who's part of that community.
But I guess in the sense of the term mining, after really thinking about it, it really isn't mining.
Yeah.
We are accumulating assets.
Yeah.
For future value. So in that way, we, as a miner, you are accumulating gold at that time.
Yeah. I'm not just
the value of it. Gosh.
In the coal mine. Yeah. Before we take off, I just wanted to talk about some of the coins
that we're currently mining.
Yeah.
Or that we offer up.
So AE, Eternity. I said, so this is how we came about this list. I looked on our platform that we use, and I was like, what coins can we mine? And then I cross-referenced it with what to mine to see the profitability.
Whattomine.com.
Saw the profitability with the GPUs that we were mining, and then made a list based on that. My next criteria was, should we mine it? And how I looked at that was circulating supply, max supply, and also community. So then the next part of that was looking at these going, okay, so it does have a pretty low circulating supply. It definitely has a cap on max supply. Anyone that didn't have a max cap on max supply, I wasn't about to touch, except for Ethereum because it's super profitable and has a community. It's not just like a rug pull.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things to look out for too on some of these, which is it actually decentralized, or are they just offering a proof of work coin through a centralized like command center, like wrapped as like and there's a few of them on there that I was like, I just don't know. Like Ergo, it's always up on top. ERG. They have a max supply. For a while there, it was one of the most profitable mine, but it wasn't listed on many exchanges, and you had to go through its own wallet. A lot of people were saying like it might just be like a rug pull. It might be too centralized because you can only get it off of their exchange through their exchange,
right? Through
their wallet. So I ended up saying yes to it, probably because there's only 97 million max supply and 32 in circulation.
Yeah.
Which looks very attractive at a certain point.
Yeah.
For mining. And then the last part, but definitely one of the most important, is what we've been talking about, and that's, do they have a community? Do they have people like talking about it? Do they have people building off of it? Is it a layer 1 or layer 2? What's its utility? Because if it's just a coin to be a coin, ape coin, whatever, when they come out with that, like,
it's an intrinsic value play on ape coin.
Yeah,
and the intrinsic value that they have.
Yeah. Anyway,
again, it's almost like the cost of membership, and it's the way that you're paying within that ecosystem now. Because the other side, their metaverse with their other side metaverse, or the land that you're owning, it allows them to have their own currency native to their world.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? If you're
Yeah.
going to create a new society, why wouldn't you create your own currency with it?
Yeah.
It is a virtual society. I know you have your beef with it, but
Yeah.
from a business play, they're making smart moves.
Yeah.
Now their execution over the long haul and their value over the long haul,
We'll see.
we'll see.
But yeah, so that's basically what it came down to when it came to looking at coins. I just wanted to share those thoughts with people, A, to be transparent, B, to show like my thought process and our thought process on what we decide to mine.
Well, that's on the
Whether-
GPU side.
Yeah, that's on the GPU mining side. And some of these we might look at again once we get some cards that are older or they're starting to
Well,
wane.
we
and-
constantly keep our finger on the pulse of what's possible.
Yeah,
Because, for instance, we just started mining Flux.
yeah,
The full list is Raven, RVN, Cero, Super Zero Protocol, which is SERO, Ethereum, ETH, Ergo, ERG, Eternity, which is AE, Beam, which is BEAM, and then Flux, which is FLUX. The other coin that we're starting to look at now is, I don't know if it's Airweave or Arweave,
yeah,
but it's different than this
Yeah.
because of the fact that you're doing hard drive storage,
yeah,
and decentralized storage.
yep,
And I'm a big fan of Filecoin.
yeah,
And so this has been adopted, Arweave has been adopted by a number of new tech startups because of who funded it too.
yeah,
Hahn Ventures, Katie Hahn of Andreessen Horowitz,
yeah,
who now has her own fund, is backing Arweave. And it's what's powering Mirror.xyz. For those who've looked at that platform, it's
basically medium but
Web3.
decentralized. Yeah,
It's Web3 because you can mint your written work. You can create NFTs out of your written work. So it's almost like
fuck
being
the
able to
copyright off.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it kind of
But,
does,
yeah.
man. Copyright should be decentralized.
Yeah.
Trademark should be decentralized.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of that notion. So in that way, there's...
but then who?
Well, then you're talking about things such as soulbound tokens almost. Wait, I hate that word, but it's what Vitalik Buterin had talked about a little bit.
Soul or bound?
Soulbound. So
Why do you hate that word?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. How about that? Hate's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
strong word.
Why
We
don't
don't want to
you-
bring in hate. We got to
Why
bring
don't you
in
bring
more
your
positive.
vibe back?
My
Okay,
positive. You know what? You're right.
bring the
You're right.
vibes back in.
Oh yeah, you love vibes. But no, I'm just not a big fan of the idea of soulbound. But
Yeah,
regardless, the utility of being a soulbound token,
yeah,
the concept of it, such as our tax ID or our personal social security number,
yeah,
that lives and dies with us.
yeah.
There's certain specifics about
Unless you
us as
steal
humans.
somebody's, but yeah,
You couldn't steal a soulbound
exactly.
ID. That would be the thing. But that's essentially,
Yeah,
those are the coins that we're mining currently. We've
Yeah.
taken a look at them through the lens that you just described and
Yeah.
shared. And
How
we're
we
always
got to
looking.
that. Yeah.
And we're always looking for new things. So,
I'm down to change my mind too. You know what I mean?
you have to be open,
You have to be flexible.
especially in the moving target we're in with crypto.
Absolutely.
It's almost like you have to always keep asking questions.
Yeah,
You can't assume that you have it all figured out
yeah.
because there might be a new way.
This is coming out at a really good time because we're going to have a lot of questions. What should we mine now? Like, where is the mass migration of movement going to after Ethereum goes to 2.0? But I'm under the belief that they're just going to stick with Ethereum because Ethereum 1.0, you're still going to be able to mine.
Yes, it's not like it's getting shut off.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
That's the thing. We don't know what we don't know,
Yeah.
but we can be proactive with options. It's
Yeah.
about creating educated decisions,
Yeah.
and it's about setting yourself up for a better position tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, in our previous episodes. You learn how to learn.
Yeah.
You've heard people talk about learning how to fail.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to learn as well.
Yeah.
And learning involves change. You have to, it's not that you're hypocritical, it's just that the information we have today may give us decisions that we wouldn't have had yesterday because of that information. Because we're constantly learning so many new things, all of us. And that's why remove the pretension when it comes to anything as it relates, not just to crypto, but just learning in general.
Yeah.
But that's why we wanted to openly share some of the details regarding GPU mining, because it's not only become a business, but it's our passion, the ecosystem that we're a part of, that we get to be interacting with these communities and now be in the lives of the card partners that we work with. There's, a lot of accountability, and there's just I don't know if the word pride is the right word,
Yeah.
but I'm proud of what we're doing and
Yeah.
what we're creating, because we've had investors within our real estate side of things, and it's awesome when you can deliver people a passive return. In crypto, not only can you deliver a passive return, you might be able to deliver a lottery ticket or be a part of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'd like to end this episode with the Winston Churchill quote.
Which is,
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Unless you're Luna.
you're funny.
That was Winston Churchill. So,
Oh my God, there's those crypto jokes, man.
yeah.
Phil Winston.
He was big into it. He was a Raven holder.
If you found value in this show, please share it with others and subscribe. All those shameless plugs. We're available on all major platforms where you find your
All
podcast
platforms.
and YouTube. And we do have an enhanced version on all the platforms that do accept time codes and timestamps. YouTube, we're going to be breaking this up into pieces or chapters, as they call it, so you can find us there. This recording podcast studio provided by ADU West Coast and Seal Beach. They turn underutilized garage space and backyards into rental housing units. It's pretty cool, and they're available at aduwestcoast.com.
Westcoast.com.
Original music by The Celebrators. They're just releasing a new EP, which we'll have a link in our show notes.
Yeah.
This episode is produced by Wizard Cats and Vocal Visual. I'm your host, Neil Alonso, with my co-host and partner in Fort Brox, Mr. Brandon Heath.
Brandon Don Heath.
Thank you for listening to the Fort Brox Crypto Podcast.
Thanks, guys.